Hey guys, Molly here and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. So I am very excited to do this tag. So this tag is supposed to be the mid-year, so you just do this tag in June. So it's the halfway point of the year and talk about books and everything that you read in the first half of the year. So let's just get started. Number 1, the best book you've read so far in 2018. So the best book I've read so far in 2018 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. This is the only 5-star book I have read this year so far. So this is the best book in 2018 so far. So this is the last book in the Harry Potter series. And number 2 is the best sequel you've read so far in 2018. So again, this is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. This is the best sequel again that I read so far in 2018. This is a sequel since not the first book is a sequel, but like 2 and further is a sequel, so this counts. But like I want to go with this book, but I have another book that I really enjoyed this year, which is Always and Forever Laura Jean by Jenny Han. I really enjoyed this one. Also, this is the 3rd book in the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy, so I think I'm going to go with this one. But Harry Potter is a thing, so I think these are the 2 best sequels that I've read so far this year in my opinion. But you only choose one, but I'm going to choose 2 because I can't decide which is the best that I've read so far this year. So yeah. And number 3 is new release you haven't read yet but want to. For dog. So the new release that I want to read but I haven't yet is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I am really wanting to read this book. I think it is a Little Mermaid retelling, and I am very excited to read this one day, someday. I don't know when. I don't have the book yet, but I am very, very excited to read it, and it sounds really good. And number 4 is the most anticipated read for the second half of the year. So I think it's called Kingdom of Ashes. It is by Sarah J. Maas. It is the last Throne of Glass book for the Throne of Glass series. I really am excited to read this. I have not read Heir of Fire yet, or any of like Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Tower of Dawn. I am having a brain fart. I don't know what the other one is. Oh, I don't know. But I really need to read those and then read the last book, and I cannot wait. And number 5 is Biggest Disappointment. I feel like my biggest disappointment of the year so far is Out of the Dust by Karen Hesse. I have the book still. I unhauled it, but I haven't given it Goodwill yet or my library. But I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. It was a real disappointment. I had a feeling I wasn't really gonna like it. But at the same time, I was like, this might be good. I don't know. And it was not my favorite. That's why I gave it 2 out of 5 stars and everything. So, yeah. And then I have another disappointment, which is Paper Girls Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan. I did not really I liked it, but something the character said really disappointed me, and I could not give it more than 2 stars, and I gave it 2 stars. I mean, I couldn't give it, more than 2 stars. Okay. because of this character, and I don't feel like sharing what the character said, because if I do, most likely I will get hate, and I do not have time for that. No negativeness in my life. I don't want any of that. So I'm not going to share to you guys what the character said, that what I didn't like. So yeah. And then the other biggest disappointment, I guess, is Feuds by Avery Hastings. I gave this 2 out of 5 stars. Again, what the main character said, I did not agree with, and I couldn't continue because it really, really, really bothered me. So I did DNF that book. I think that's the only book I DNF this year, so yeah. And number 6 is The Biggest Surprise. My biggest surprise I didn't see coming that I was going to enjoy. I feel like I wasn't really going to enjoy Unite Me by Tahara Mafi, which is Destroy Me and Fracture Me novellas plus Juliet's Journal. I feel like I wasn't going to enjoy that, but I did. I gave it an overall rating of 4.5 stars, so that was a huge surprise for me and everything, which is this book. So yeah, I give it 4.5 stars, and this is my biggest surprise of halfway through the year, I think. And number 7 is favorite new author, whether it is debut or a new author to you. So I have not read any debut authors yet this year. Have I read any new to me authors that I really like? My favorite new author is Morgan Matson. I enjoyed The Unexpected Everything. I did give this 3.5 stars. I don't know. I was going to give it 4 stars, but it felt like this book was like way too big and it like dragged on, and so, well, like some parts it felt like it dragged on, but I really enjoyed her writing and everything, so this is a new favorite author of mine. Number 8, newest fictional crush. So I think my newest fictional crush is going to have to be Clark from The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Clark is adorable, and I love him so much. We like peachy little cheeks, even though he's older than me, technically, I guess. But he's adorable. No, actually, isn't he 19? I don't remember how old he is, but he's adorable, and I love him, and I need more of Clark and Andy, and they're so cute together, and everything. So I feel like Clark is my new fictional crush. And number 9 is new fictional character. I really enjoyed, like, my new fictional character. I think my newest fictional character is going to have to be Sebastian from City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This is the third book in the Mortal Instruments series. I like Sebastian in this book. I don't know why. If you read this book, then you might understand what I'm doing. Like, he's like crazy, but like I don't want to spoil anything, because it's like you didn't see it coming. Oh my gosh! But like I kind of seen it coming, but I really enjoyed Sebastian, so I think he's my newest fictional character that I really enjoyed. Oh, no, it's not newest fictional character, it's newest favorite character. So it's still Sebastian. They're all fictional, but like I read the question wrong. So, and number 10 is a book that made you cry. So this is a book that I finished on Monday, and the ending made me cry, which was The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. It was like not really the ending, but like the last 10 chapters made me cry, and I was emotional, and I was starting to tear up, and I think I did tear up, and I was crying a little bit, and so that is the book that has made me cry this year. And number 11, a book that made you happy. So I'm gonna go with the same book as the last question, which is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. The very ending chapter made me so happy and emotional, and I loved that ending chapter, and I'm just like, ah! I adored it, and it was so cute, and I did not see that coming whatsoever, so that ending made me so happy and emotional, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that book made me so happy. And number 12 is favorite book to movie adaptation that you saw this year. I have seen Fahrenheit 451 this year, but I didn't watch the book. You watched the book. I'm like, watching the book. No, I did not read the book, but I did watch the movie, and I did enjoy the movie, so now I really want to read the book. I don't know any of other book to movie adaptation that I've seen this year, and I have read the book and then I've seen the movie. So I think that's the only one that the book to movie adaptation that I did see this year that I can remember. Of course, I watched Divergent and The Hunger Games, so those books to movie adaptation I have watched and everything. So, do those count? Those are not my first time watching them, of course, but those are my favorite book to movie adaptation, I guess, and everything. So yeah. And number 13 is favorite video you have done so far this year. I have really been enjoying my reading vlogs. I also really enjoyed doing my bookshelf tour. Kind of. I didn't have a real phone tripod, I guess. So I used my dad's tripod, but I had to balance it on the tripod, and it was frustrating. So the bookshelf tour was stressful to film, but I like doing the 10 books I want to read in 2018. And then I liked showing you all of my TBR books that I had at the moment. So that was fun to just show you all the books that I have not read, and sharing you what I need to read in this year and everything. So I had a fun time making that video. So those are a couple of videos that I have enjoyed making so far. And number 14 is most beautiful book you have bought so far or received. So far this year, I am gonna have to go with Ignite Me by Tahara Mafi. So I think this is the most beautiful book I have bought this year, and it is so pretty and gorgeous, and I really love looking at it. So I think this is the most beautiful cover I have bought this year, and I seriously cannot wait to read this, and I hope it is as beautiful as outside as it is inside. And the last question of this tag is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? That would be every single book on my TBR shelf. I feel like one of the books I really need to read by the end of the year is Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. I almost said Tahara Mafi. Girl, no. But I really need to read this book by the end of the year because it is huge. And I just needed to get it out of the way and be like, I read this. It has been so long since I have not read it. Because I've never read it. But like, it's been on my shelf for so long. And I need to read it like by the end of the year. So this is one of my goals, to read one of the books I want to read by the end of the year. And then I have like 4 more books that I need to read by the end of the year. And the next one is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. So this book is huge as well. So this is the other book I seriously need to read by the end of the year because I keep putting it off. And hopefully I can read it this month. If not, maybe in September or August, and everything, because I'm doing the new read-along. I always say read-along, and it's not a read-along, it's a readathon. I always say that for like all readathons, and I'm like, it's not a read-along, Molly, it's a readathon. But I always correct myself, but I accidentally say read-along, and it annoys the crap out of me. But, so, I'm doing the Newt's read-a-thon in August, but in July, I am going to doing the Owls read-a-thon, since I didn't do that in April, so I want to do it next month, so I can participate in the Newt's read-a-thon in August. So this is the other book I want to read by the end of the year. The next one is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is another one I want to read by the end of the year. And the next one is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I seriously want to read this by the end of the year also. Look at this cover. It is gorgeous. Everyone raves about Leigh Bardugo, so I seriously want to know what the hype is all about, of course. And last but not least, the next book I want to read by the end of the year is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This book is hyped as well. I did read the first, 2 chapters of this one time when I got this from the library, but returned it because I had to, because I didn't have time to read it. So, but now I finally have my own copy, and I seriously can't wait to read this, and I really need to read this by the end of the year. So that's it for this tag. I am now going to go tag people to do this tag, of course. So the first person I tag, of course, is Aubrey Joy Books. I seriously want to see your answer for this tag, and I cannot wait to watch this if you do it. So I tag you. And the next person I tag is Hardcover Hannah. I tag you to do this. And then I tag anyone else who wants to do this tag as well. You are free to do that. If you don't have a booktube channel, you can do it for your blog or Instagram if you have one, or on Twitter, or in the comments below. I would love to see your answers. So those are the people who I tag. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure this is a big old thumbs up, and also comment down below to see, also subscribe down below to see more of me if you did enjoy this video. And yeah, I will see you next time. I will see you in the future videos. Bye guys!